Harry and Meghan Smollet strike again. Guys, I can't even believe that I'm coming here. I have been so incensed as I have watched this unfold today. When I first saw the article, like many of you did that follow this stuff, I I immediately thought BS. Immediately, first thing this morning. And I thought, well, let's just see how this plays out. First, my heart caught in my chest because we all know that we all know that being in this situation is one where you can get caught up with the emotionality of what happened to Princess Diana many years ago. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about Harry and Meghan saying that they were in a quote unquote near catastrophic 2-hour car chase in Manhattan. Okay? All of those words together are contradictions in terms. You can't even drive 10 minutes in Manhattan without having to stop your car. So there would not be a car chase. That's one. This is not just my conjecture. The mayor of New York has come out against it. The mayor of New York has come out against it. The police chief has come out against it, and some other high political person up there. And I don't think that they're just doing damage control because it's their city. I think what's happening is it's the truth. And I think what's happened here too is what has really struck me is the boy who cried wolf. And let me tell you about the boy who cried wolf. The boy who cried wolf, you guys are all familiar with, says that a wolf is coming, until one day the wolf actually comes and no one believes him or gives him the help or assistance he needs. God forbid anything really happen to Harry and Meghan. God forbid. And what really disgusted me as a metaphysical practitioner is, why would you invite this level of potential carnage into your life? What your mother suffered through was horrific and scars people to this day, including Harry, who is scarred to this day and was able to be under the clutches of a narcissist who is cosplaying his mother. But to cosplay her death is insane, literally insane. And it reminds me of what we know about narcissistic abuse, which is that the narcissist will invite you in to their debauchery, to their illegalities, to their criminal enterprises. So they and narcissists operate, if you read tarot, out of 5 of Swords, which is to win at all costs. They want to win at all costs. And so very much, I have no doubt that she has made it very normal now to have no morals whatsoever. And it's not just that Harry can't think for himself. This is totally on Harry, because this is where, I don't care what level of narcissistic abuse you're under, Princess Diana's death was literally world-stopping and tragic. And for him as well. Clearly, he's still traumatized to be taken in by the likes of her. But this is where I would be like, girl, absolutely not are we going to play up for the media and talk about the paparazzi chasing us just so that we can get our point across that we want you to stop looking at us, but please look at us, because we know that Meghan engages paparazzi. I was disgusted because I felt a way. I was disgusted because when I was in Paris, I remember passing by the tunnel where Princess Diana died and remember thinking, oh my God, I saw this on TV all these years ago. God rest this woman's soul. The flame is still there, or whatever they have there that memorializes that that's the place. I have such a connection to this growing up with watching the royal family, like many of you, that when I woke up to this news today, I was like, this is Meghan literally just trying to make sure that her face gets back in the news and make sure that their particular spin of PR is done. It is so disgusting to me, and the narcissist will invite you into their debauchery. That's the message. Some of you guys have been under narcissistic abuse. They will convince you that it's okay to be deplorable like them and to break the laws and to break the rules, and that no rules apply to them, because that's really what they believe. So for them to do this, I do think that it's very interesting to see how the tides have turned very much to the public not agreeing with them. In fact, it reminded me of the Jussie Smollett case, and in fact, that will be the title, Harry and Meghan Smollet, because that's exactly what I feel like was done here. This is such a huge miscarriage of like resources and time and everything. Obviously, not to the same degree as Jussie Smollett. However, why cosplay this faked thing or trump it up or play it up? It's not like it's not the first time they've ever been pursued by the paparazzi, and it's not like it's the first time Meghan hasn't called the paparazzi a la the Kardashians. But what is interesting is that they now have sunk to the lowest level of depravity, which is to make us try to believe that he would suffer the same fate. And to him, though he'll never hear this video a day in his life, I would say, Harry, tread so very lightly, because when you invite this kind of energy in, this energy finds you, and you do not want to suffer this fate. You don't want to lose your beautiful children, God forbid, and you don't want to lose your beautiful wife who you love. Whether we like Meghan or not, that's the person that he loves. So I'm like, wake up, snap out of the narcissistic fog, sir, because you are being absolutely bamboozled. The fact that you would even do this. The other point that I made, and I was chatting with Busty about this, if I'm his brother, I'm William, Prince William, and I wake up and I see this, when I tell you that I am so absolutely bloody through with my brother, I would never speak to him a day again. Now, I made a video a little while ago talking about all the king's horses and all the king's men could not put Harry and the family back together again. After this stunt, I'm done. Because forget about King Charles, forget about Camilla, forget about all the feelings and the mistress and the drama and all of the salaciousness that happened there. Brother to brother, how dare you allow your wife to get that deeply into your psyche and membrane, to have you replay, cosplay, and try to create panic across not just the kingdom, but the United States as well, that you could have suffered the same fate as our dear mother. It is unforgivable. It is unfathomable. It is unscrupulous, and it is unjust. And he just did, to me, what is a cardinal sin. There is no more them. It is now them against us, and it is completely separated. If I'm William, and that's just me being a Monette, but if I'm William and suffering what I went through and having the trauma and tragedy just like Harry did too, I'm never forgiving him for this. I don't know what Harry is thinking, and I know he's not. He wants to win and prove his point. Be so very careful about the things that you invite, because they may be the things that actually one day go bump in the night. He does not want to lose his friends or his family, his family and his wife and his kids. But he has alienated his friends and his family. I guess that was Freudian. He did. And with this stunt, which is now being called a stunt by people that are not biased, by people that are not part of the British press, by the mayor, by the police chief, by Bo Dietl I saw speaking, who was a guy who does, like, he was a famous New York detective who now does, like, security for all the, major stars and, whatever. So the point is that people that don't have a dog in the fight, as they say, regarding the royals and Harry and Meghan and is she a narcissist, whether they know it or not, they smell BS immediately. And very much, I thought the same thing. The Smollets have struck. The Smollets are now in conjunction with Harry and Meghan. You're hearing my nails clicking. I'm talking with my hands. I'm so frustrated that he would do this. And it's like none of my business, but they wanted it to be our business because they made sure that it hit the front lines, and they made sure that they worded it a nearly catastrophic 2-hour chase, which in and of itself, like I said, is an oxymoron. If you've ever been to the city, if you've ever been in New York, Manhattan specifically, no one is got open free road. This is not the OJ chase down the freeway. It doesn't happen. You can literally not drive 10 minutes without having to stop, and that's a good stretch of time. That's a lot. So I want you guys to understand that what you're watching is the desperation and the clawing of a narcissist trying to get back to the top of the news cycle. A couple of things that she wanted to accomplish with this. First, she wanted us to know that she was winning an award because it happened after the award, so that could get mentioned. If you listen to that award or the speech, because people have covered it, word salad, narcissistic brew, who knows what she even said. But beyond that, she wanted to stay in the headlines, that is, and the head of everybody else, and she wants to play with everybody's heads. So it was a perfect mix-up of like, well, we can just use this thing, and then everybody's going to be talking about this award, narcissistic supply, which she's desperate for, and then I can literally brainwash Harry, or Harry's now brainwashing us, who knows? Like, I feel like Harry's totally in on it now, and we can make it be that we almost lost her life very much like his mother. She's so creepily obsessed with cosplaying Diana that it makes me sick, but this was it. To me, this is as low as they could go, and if he ever thinks his brother is going to be someone that he can know again, I guarantee you it's Gautier. It's somebody that he used to know. William does not recognize his brother. We don't recognize his brother. I don't recognize you, Harry. I don't know you, Harry, but I am disgusted that you would sink this low. We loved your mother 1000%, and it was an incredibly horrific, horrible way for her to go. But God forbid that you would bring that onto your family. Be careful with your treacherous, deleterious, lying, debaucherous words, the life you may sow. Because you would hate to see the people that you do love, whatever that means to you, suffer the same fate as your beautiful mother had to. Do not bring this on you, Harry. God, I feel like I wish I could like shake him by the shoulders. He needs an auntie or something to talk to him and tell him this is not what you want, sweetie. Not to prove not for all the tea in China, as they say, not for all the tea in Great England, Britain, not for all of the clout, not for all the narcissistic supply, for your bottomless pit of a wife. It's not worth it. God, I wish Princess Diana would talk to him in the night and come to him like our loved ones do when they pass away and say, Harry, my love, my darling, this isn't you. Like, man, I feel a way about it. This is not you. And this is not the life that you want to be into. She did not want that. While she did not like being chased by the paparazzi, while we saw Diana fight back, she was not catcalling them and inviting them into her life the way that we see that Meghan goes about it. You guys understand what I'm saying? This was sinking to the bottom of the barrel. This is the pits of the pits. And it's really telling that even people that do not have the dog in the fight or a bone in the fight or whatever you say, feel the same way about it, that everyone was like, this is BS. Not just the people that are Harry and Meghan apologists, and not just the people that are narcissists, champions and coaches. People are looking at it and they're like, God, this is kind of pathetic. I don't know what their end game is. I once heard Bethany Frankel talk about them, and she gets quite opinionated. But she said that Meghan was not bright. She was like, for all of this maneuvering that she thinks she's doing, she's really stupid. This, to lose the public's affection, care, and concern for you, is not gonna work out for her the way she wants it to. This is not meeting her aim. And what's happened is you've lost in the court of public opinion. You now have brought shame on your name. We are looking at you and thinking, who would do this? And there will be think pieces aplenty. This is just the first 12 hours that this is unraveled. And for the next few weeks, this will be talked about, which is what she wants. She gets a supply. Narcissists don't care if it's good or bad. But my God, Harry, would you will your family to die just to give your wife narcissistic supply? It's diabolical. Anyway, that's my take on it. The Smollets have cousins now. Harry and Meghan, please sit down, have another round of the bullshit brew that you guys love to drink. Do the do, I guess. Unbelievable. All right, guys, come back and join me next time, and I'm going to continue to rant, and we'll evolve together.